Okay, we're getting ready for the 2025 Kentucky Derby, but I wanted to take a look at the 2015 Kentucky Derby for a few seconds because I think this year is going to play out the way 2015 did when American Pharoah won. If we look back at the odds for the horses, Bob Baffert had two horses entered in the 2015 Derby. Co-favorites at 5-2 and 3-1. Todd Pletcher had three horses entered. He had Carpe Diem at 8-1, Materiality at 12-1, and he had a 30-1 long shot. So Pletcher with three horses, Baffert with two horses, and then let's see how they finished. Bob Baffert's two horses came in first and third. Pharoah won and won the Triple Crown, and Dortmund won. Pletcher's three horses came in sixth, came in ninth, and 10th. In fact, Pletcher's top horse, Carpe Diem, came in 10th, and his second best horse came in sixth. And and I just have a feeling that's going to ring true this year. Pletcher has one solid horse, Grande, who was second in the Wood Memorial in New York in front of that New York press, and he's getting all kinds of press now. Um, but Pletcher has a history of having young 2-year-olds run very well in the fall, winter, and early spring, and then underperforming in the Derby. He's won two Derbies, but he's run about 50 horses or more in the last 20 plus years. So percentage wise, he throws everything to the wall. He also does very well with older horses, so I'm not trying to diss on him. He's a great trainer, but he's not a great Derby trainer in terms of his results. Whereas Baffert puts in some good horses. There's a video here. I can't play it because it will mess up my microphone video, but it's on Twin Spires. Bob Baffert talks Citizen Bull. It just came out on Sunday, and in it he and Rosie Napravnik talk Rodriguez and how great the horse looks. The winner of the Wood Memorial, who is a legitimate Derby horse here, and also talks about Citizen Bull. Now, when listening to him talk about Citizen Bull, he's going to say a few things. One, that in the Santa Anita Derby he ran poorly, and in the stretch when he started to fade, the jockey just let go and kind of stood up on him, so he faded even more. But Baffert says that they tried to basically hold him back. They tried to pull the reins and rate him back to see how he would do coming from off the pace, and he didn't like it. So Baffert said that's it. They're going to let him run free in the Derby. Um, Coincidentally, Baffert in 2015, in the last two preps before the Derby, was holding back American Pharoah. So even though Pharoah won the races, they were just in average times. So on paper, it looked like a horse that's winning, but just an average pace. Whereas Baffert's other horse, Dortmund, won the Santa Anita Derby in a fast time and looked like the faster horse on pace based on the performances. So Bob Baffert being a little tricky there. Um, and anyway, coming back to here, so he also admits that Citizen Bull hadn't been trained enough prior to the Santa Anita. But now Bob has really squeezed him and says he's primed and ready for the Derby, and he's looking great and acting like he's king of the world. So that's an analysis of what he's going to say in the video. But you should watch it just to get Bob's take. Even though he's tricky, he won't lie, and he said similar things about Pharaoh. So let's go back. Let's go back 10 years. Victor Espinoza was the jockey, and his comments after winning the Derby were, "Today, finally, I let Pharaoh run for once when I've been riding him." In other words, he was not pulling on the reins, holding him back, trying to rate him back, trying to force a slower pace. He let him go, and the horse won the Triple Crown. And Baffert says in this video the other day that he's going to let Citizen Bull go in the Derby. He's not going to try to pull him, rate him, or fight the horse. So to me, you got Rodriguez, and Citizen Bull, Baffert's two horses. I think they're going to do the same thing that he did in 2015, and his two horses are going to finish in the top four. So for a superfecta, they're almost must includes. Now we go to the favorite journalism, and that looks like a Triple Crown horse. So he's a worthy favorite, and those are three horses that you should include in all super triple and superfecta bets. If you're even if you're spreading, the only other two horses that look sharp and have performed well would be Sovereignty, a Bilmont horse. Bilmont's known for refusing to put horses into the Derby. He's only entered horses when he thought they could win the race. And in fact, about 4 or 5 years ago, he entered two horses and they ended up the winner and the third place finisher, just like Baffert's 2015 Derby. So Sovereignty is a very live horse for the Derby. And then the other one is Luxor Cafe, the Japanese horse, who ran a 36 flat final 3/8, which is the second fastest of all the horses in this race. And that was at about a mile and an eighth plus a few yards. So Luxor Cafe should have no trouble with the distance, and he's going to be running at the in the stretch. So those are five strong horses that have a shot to win. I just think anyone else is just a little too light, um, a much lower level versus those top five.